Hello and welcome to Chip Advisor. Yes, we're back. This week we are talking about
Fish.
fingers. Yes, fish, fingers. I'm here with Mike. How are you, Mike?
How now, brown cow? Yeah, very good, thank you. Back and here for the whole pod, hopefully. Inexplicably appeared on the last one with no explanation and no reference to the fact that I'll be here throughout, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe you could be slightly louder throughout. That'd be good. Your audio levels could do with adjusting. Sorry about last week. The issue was that I fell asleep twice during editing, so there were bits that just weren't edited because I was absolutely knackered. So my apologies.
No
Harry, is he here? Harry,
Where's Harry? Harry!
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes, I am here. Phew. So what happened? I never know whether to say hello or whether you're going to say hello to me. So I said I didn't do anything this week because I know we always talk over each other. So I waited, and then we both waited.
Correct.
What you need is sort of to work out what we're going to do before we do it, and that might have to make it slightly more planning. That's the word. I couldn't even. we do so little planning. I couldn't even remember what the word is for planning, but planning is it. I'm fine, thanks. Although you didn't actually ask me, did you?
No, but I was just about to, so I'm glad you are. Glad you are. And someone who's been let out of the doghouse just so he can record today. We're here with Lewis. How are you, Lewis?
I'm recovering from our previous episode, from which can only be described as being a backlash from the birthday cake episode. So I'm just going to sit here quietly in the background today and try not to cause any more trouble.
My favourite bit has been seeing someone from your parish council comment on the fact that you should 100% have got your wife a birthday cake every year. That's a new highlight for me.
Okay, I mean, I'm not going to open a box of cakes by discussing this anymore.
Okay. So yeah, we're talking about fish fingers this week, made famous by Captain Birdseye himself, whose real name is Clarence. But Harry, as you found out, he'd like to be called what?
For reasons that the article that I read didn't go into, Bob Birdseye.
Was he actually a captain?
No, he was a captain of industry.
Oh, very good.
Lovely.
Because he pretty much invented the whole sort of frozen food industry. But a sea captain, I mean, I've said that very confidently. I don't know, actually. I mean, I probably should have read his biography a bit more, but it was more about his frozen food work.
How do you become a captain? How do you become a captain? I've been to some quite evangelical churches in the past where bishops emerge from absolutely nowhere with no real qualification. Could I just declare myself a captain?
I think it depends. Like in a football team, I think you stand more of a chance.
No, but as a sailor, let's say I go and hire a pedalo at the weekend, and I pop on a captain's hat. For life, could I then be called Captain Botto?
I think if you've got a hat, then you probably can.
Okay.
I mean, I think
it's true. I mean, Captain Birdseye was very rarely seen without his hat.
I mean, I think a new nickname has been invented, Captain Botto, but I think
El Capitan.
I think you would be piloting the pedalo. I think you could probably call yourself captain, but I mean, I don't think you could then forever after call yourself captain just because you've been on a pedalo once.
Why is that not? You know, when you're very, I mean, it must be the day after you got ordained, Lewis, must have been very exciting that when you're doing drop-down menus, you can have Mr., Mrs., Miss, Reverends now there as an option. Could I forevermore just put Captain Michael Botto?
Well, you can choose what you like from the drop-down menu as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
I
think
I might change my signature on my emails.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can actually. I think
No?
it might be illegal to impersonate
Oh.
someone of
captain?
rank.
Yeah.
I think so. Oh, that
Oh,
might be
dear.
a police officer, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't. But I mean, you could change. I mean, what people have done who are slightly mad, is
Incoming Mike.
yeah,
You can buy a lordship, can't you?
yeah, you can buy a lordship. But I mean, you could change your first name legally to Captain, and then
Yes.
you would actually be then called Captain Botto or Captain
You
Michael
could. I mean,
Botto.
Mr.
in this day
Captain
and age,
Motto.
to be honest, you can. To be at this day and age, a title's fairly. You can get a peerage pretty easy these days just by being one of Boris Johnson's children.
Here's the
Oh.
politics. This is
Little
what
bit of
we
politics
tuned in
there,
for.
guys. A little bit of politics.
Here we
yeah,
go.
and
A little bit of politics.
stats wise, there's 4 of us on the pod, so at least 1 in 4 probably is Boris Johnson's child.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do wonder, because what authority would a captain have? You know, I understand that. Yeah,
you can marry people, right?
Can I?
So if you're a captain
Yeah.
and Lewis is a vicar,
Yeah.
that's 50% of the pod could actually marry someone technically.
Captains
Right.
can marry people.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Lewis
yeah,
is very unhappy. This is one of his only gigs.
There was one area that I could over captains.
Yeah, so you can on a boat. This is obviously not in Alderholt,
Yeah.
or wherever you live, Mister.
Mm.
Yeah, the captain has the authority to marry people on a ship.
Only specifically on a ship.
Yeah, I think yes. I believe so.
Oh,
Okay.
Someone could check that for
On a pedalo?
well, yeah, but your problem there is Pedlo's only sort of 2-seater, isn't it? So either you're marrying the person who you're sat next to.
Oh yeah.
You'd be very out of breath by the time you get to the service.
Yeah,
Can a captain be the celebrant of his own wedding?
Well,
Can a vicar?
This is my point.
Can a vicar? Can you marry if you and Joe were to separate? I mean, there's the chances of
birthday cakes again.
the chances have heightened since the recording of the last podcast. Were you to
renew their vows, perhaps?
Oh, okay, let's do that. Yeah,
let's go positive.
Were you to renew your vows? Well, okay. Well, but that's not a legal thing, is it?
Yeah.
Is it not?
Let's say you separated, Lewis, and you
got divorced, then got back together again because
yes, that's right. She in time forgave you. Yeah. When you went to remarry her, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a great day. Will you be able to marry yourself?
I don't believe so. No, I think that is not allowed.
You'd have to have a 20-tiered wedding cake though to make up for all the birthday cakes.
We had a cake at our wedding.
Oh, what more does she want? Honestly,
It's the last cake she ever had.
There is a story behind the cake at our wedding.
Oh, go on.
Go on then.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, it
Strap in.
It links a little bit to kind of the armed forces. It was made by my brother-in-law's friend who worked in the army catering corps, and I was expecting it to be camouflage on the wedding day.
No one would have seen
but
it.
it was made by the army catering corps, which was odd.
Oh
wow! Was it good?
From memory, I think it was good.
It was a fruitcake, and we know that Lewis is a big fan of the fruitcake.
Now I think it was from memory. I think we had 2 tiers that were fruitcake and 1 tier that was sponge.
Okay,
we did similar. In fact, quite recently we found out we'd kept a bit of our wedding cake in the original box it came in because it was fruitcake, and we found it in our loft. And bear in mind, we got married in 2006, so quite a while ago, and you wouldn't want to eat it. It doesn't last.
We use the top tier of ours. Is that traditional thing of using it at a child's christening or baptism? Yeah. So we did. I'm trying to think. Our cake was probably about 10 years old at that point. We picked off the icing, put a load of rum in it or brandy.
You served that to guests?
I don't think it was very big. I think probably just to a few friends. It was
who no longer talk to you.
Yeah.
Or they're dead.
They're no longer with us.
So sorry, let's just rewind there. You had at your wedding a three-tiered cake, two of which were sponge and one of which was
No.
fruit cake.
No. I think
Two were
one.
fruitcake.
I think two were fruit cake.
Okay, that's all right. Because in that scenario, you've put two sponges on the bottom and you've put the heavy fruitcake on the top, and that's not going to work out well. But if it's two fruitcake, then that's fine. I let you off.
I'm glad that you were worried about the structural integrity
I
of
was.
Lewis's wedding cake. Yeah.
It was made by someone in the Army Corps. Don't worry about the structural integrity. They're all over it.
If you can't remember clearly, go and ask Jo, because it's the last cake she's had, so she'll remember it clearly. Guys, just I don't want to completely take us away from cakes because we're talking about fish fingers, but I think I've just had my lunch and I needed to share this with you because I knew I'd forget. I think I've perfected toast.
Oh, well done. Well
Yeah.
done, you.
Yeah, no, I've worked out how to get it perfect using a toaster. And
yes, yeah, very good. Good. You really have come a long way in a short space of time.
This anecdote finishes here.
And what you do, right? You cook it in the toaster. You put it in the toaster, and you put bread in the toaster, and then it gradually turns to toast, and you get it nearly there,
well done.
there. Thank you. And then you take a 90-second phone call and sort of pop it up during that phone call, and then you put it down again. And in that 90 seconds, it's really got harder. And then when you put it down again for like the last 30 seconds or something, get it nice and hot, and then you've got a really good toast that's not going to buckle under the strain of your butter. I was so excited. I perfected it at lunch.
Yeah,
I prefer
that's good.
What's your favourite consistency of toast? I like chewy.
Chewy.
So I just leave mine to go cold.
Oh, I hate cold toast. I sometimes microwave my toast at work just so I can assure it's hot.
Oh gosh, soggy toast.
Yeah, only for about 10, 15 seconds, just to allow me to journey from the kitchen to my desk again.
Yeah. Okay. Do you remember when Delia did her Back to Basics cookery show?
Oh yes, controversial.
Yeah, and it was very controversial. And there was one episode about boiling an egg and all that sort of thing because it was back to basics. Well, she did something on toast, and she reckoned that you put the toast in, you cook it for the length of time you want, and then you don't put the toast straight down on the plate to then butter it and whatever you're doing. You put it in like a pyramid shape, like you were doing a pyramid of cards.
Oh yes,
you get what I mean. And that cools down, and the condensation from the toast comes out, and then it will be stiffer and firmer.
Well, that's effectively what I did, but then reheated it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. I mean,
Delia's method didn't require you to make a phone call.
Yeah,
which would have been quite expensive in those days as well.
No, the Basics series was fairly recent, wasn't it, Harry?
Oh no, you're talking. Well, I mean,
I'd say it
was fairly recent, but I mean, it was probably 20 years ago.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Harry, you do love Delia, don't you? She gets a lot of references from you.
Do I? Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, she. Yeah, I suppose so.
Who's your favourite chef? Is it Delia?
No, it's got to be Nigella, isn't it?
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Lewis, your favourite chef?
Exotic.
Yeah.
Oh, one we like watch Marcus Waring.
Oh, yeah. Recently grown a beard.
Yes, he has.
Oh, not familiar with his work.
Oh, he was from the Great British Menu. He was on there, wasn't
I'm pretty sure he worked with Gordon Ramsay at one point in time.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Phil?
I do love a bit of Nigella,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'd probably say Nigella. Some of her food doesn't look good. It's just the way she presents.
You've all looked past Ainsley, and that's fine. But yeah, fair enough.
That guy can make a meal out of anything.
Yeah, what a guy.
Fish finger, I bet you
could. Salt.
Yeah, whack them on your fish fingers, and you'd be away.
Oh, which brings us 14 minutes into our topic.
Yeah. Oh,
fish fingers. Yeah. So Harry said that he invented frozen food. Well, that's not strictly
I don't think Harry did.
That's a big claim Harry made.
I mean, I didn't. I didn't.
Clarence Birdseye invented frozen food. I've heard some claims from Harry, but not that actually. Clarence Birdseye was the claim that he invented frozen food, but he didn't. Frozen food did already exist, but it was very unpopular, largely because a lot of shops didn't have freezers to store the frozen food in, and people at home very rarely had freezers back in the sort of 1930s. So when people got their food back, it had turned into a sort of mush. So it wasn't very popular. But by the time Mr. Birdseye had perfected his flash freezing technique somewhere in Canada or something, wasn't it, Harry? Do you remember?
I think it was America, possibly Canada.
Gonna say Canada.
North America rather than South
North America.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Then he perfected that, and by that point, more people had fridges and freezers, sort of late 40s.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
because what happened previously to Captain Birdseye's invention was that people brought it down to like 0 degrees or -1, and that caused the mushiness apparently. And his process was to freeze it very quickly to a much lower temperature, and that's what caused it to not degrade structurally. That's a good word, isn't it?
Very good,
yeah. But I don't think I actually said that he invented frozen food. He perfected the art of freezing food.
my apologies.
Is what I'd say.
Okay.
Because people have been freezing food for time immemorial, haven't they? Yeah, they just used to stick it outside.
But that's true. If it was freezing outside, certainly wouldn't get anywhere today.
No, it's quite warm today. And then ice was a thing, wasn't it? That was quite a big industry. Ice, and people would buy ice to actually keep their food in. But yeah, with the invention of the freezer, actually not refrigerator, that happened in about the 1930s, I think. That revolutionized. Well, that was the vehicle. I've noticed that we always have to say vehicle every podcast. Someone at some point says vehicle, so I've said it now. That was the vehicle to that was the catalyst. Actually, I'm going to say catalyst rather than vehicle.
Lovely.
For Captain Birdseye to see that was an area that was going to be all the rage, and to invent this process.
So Clarence Birdseye, I can confirm, he was in Newfoundland, which I think is Canada.
It is
and
Canada.
he used to like going hunting. In 1 year, he killed 700, shot 700 animals. So nice fella. And he used to eat
roughly 2 a day.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's pretty good maths. That.
Yep.
So he tried freezing loads and loads and loads of different animals to try and work out what would taste nice from. Have you anyone got the list there? I emailed a list of animals that he tried.
Oh, did you?
No, fair enough. Well, it's on the link I sent you, but that's fine.
Oh dear, one for the edit.
Yeah, okay. I will find the list and then edit this. Hang on.
You can edit my rambling explanation of freezing food if you like, because that was pretty bad.
No, that was good.
I can see no list, but it laid herring. Wasn't it to do herring?
Yeah, no, it was to do. Oh, I know.
Good.
Don't worry, this will be edited out. Apart from people on YouTube who have to just deal with this. So,
hello, people on YouTube.
Hello, YouTubers.
Wave at the people on YouTube, Lewis.
I'm waving. I'm waving.
A verbal wave from Mike. Well done.
Oh, I'm waving. Yeah.
Yeah. Phil's not going to do it.
No, because there we go.
While we're sorting this list out, I do have to be off at 1:30. Bang on.
That's fine. If you leave, say bye.
Okay.
So Clarence Birdseye, he shot a lot of animals, killed a lot of animals, and tried freezing and then eating a lot of animals, including mice, chipmunks, porcupines, otters, and rattlesnakes.
None of those massively appeal.
No. His favourite was sherry brined lynx, not deodorant. That would be
Okay.
insanity.
Mm-hmm.
And the fine taste of seagull gravy.
Oh,
Not for me, thanks.
No.
Not for me. No. So I would say he was a warped human being. I'm gonna say it.
but in a
Okay,
way,
right.
aren't we all warped human beings?
Absolutely, probably.
I mean, it's funny where we draw the line. Oh, seagull gravy, that sounds disgusting. Yet we're very happy to eat chickens.
well, yeah, you got
That's
a good
true.
point there.
That's true.
You know,
But after being pooed on by a seagull on my birthday, and
Yeah.
the smell that produced, you wouldn't want to. I think chicken poo probably smells nicer than seagull poo. I won't
does it?
experiment.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I don't know actually. Don't know. They're 40 crumpets high, though. Remember, so you never.
Maybe we should ask Birdseye if they're gonna push on with any of the the porcupine or the rattlesnake.
Well, we just described him as a warped human being, so I wouldn't get onto Birdseye just yet.
Well, I'll give them a call. I'll ask the question.
I mean, it's quite amazing. If you're oh, he's really calling it. Oh no.
Well, I'll just give it a whirl. Just
Okay.
see if there's because Oh, hold on. Hold the line.
One of our agents is preparing to answer your call.
Excellent.
All our calls are
He's going to
recorded
need to.
and training purposes.
You're going to ask about Clarence,
Calling
Mike.
about a Birdseye,
I'll ask if he's there.
please press
He's
1.
going to.
Well, he's dead, so he's not going to be.
Please press
Birdseye.
If you have
Goodfellas.
an existing case
In the
number,
same
please
room.
press 1. If you do not have an existing case with
Don't
us,
have a case. No.
please press 2.
2. Let's ask the question.
No.
So Clarence or Bob, yeah? Or just
Clarence.
the captain?
We will now route you to an agent.
I'm not
No,
sure I can call him the captain. Oh
No.
gosh. Whoa, there's some
Clarence wasn't
pretty
the
funky
captain.
whole music. This is nice. Very upbeat. We killed porcupines and lots of fish for you to eat. We kill animals for your tea.
Nice. You do sound.
I hope your daughter's
Nice.
listening to this.
You do sound like
Big
a
fish
warped
fingers?
human being, Mike.
Yes, you do. Yeah, very warped.
Come on, Clarence.
Clarence is dead.
Is he dead?
Yes.
Oh, could you find out his son's name or daughter's? Oh,
Thank you for waiting.
oh good.
If you would like for us to call you back while
No.
keeping your position in the queue,
Oh, that's good.
press 1 at any time.
No.
You
Alternatively,
don't.
if you would like to leave a message for us, press 2 at
Well, we'll just use the whole music as a bed. You carry on.
Continue to hold,
Hold on.
and your call will be answered shortly.
Clarence died in 1956.
Yeah.
Oh God, did he?
Yeah.
Long gone. Okay, well, this can be the bed for the rest of the history.
Okay. Well, he died the year after Birdseye Fish Fingers were released.
Oh, it's like 10,000
Oh.
spoons. But it's like a line from Ironic with Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, he had a heart attack whilst at the hotel,
Oh, dear.
and he was cremated, and his ashes were scattered in the sea off of the coast of Gloucester, Massachusetts.
I feel like the music's taking the edge off the tragedy.
Yeah.
So anyway,
no, he
so
wasn't-
there you go.
He wasn't cryogenically frozen then.
That would have made
Yeah.
sense.
It would have.
There was when he was trying to flash freeze fish, there were tails that he managed to.
Ah!
Fishtails.
Oh, clever. There were tails that he managed to freeze fish in such cold ice that it stunned them, and then when he defrosted them, they came back to life.
Is that
Wow.
true?
That's
Yeah.
not true.
Listen, I'm just telling you what I've read on the internet.
Although I'm always amazed that fish that are goldfish that are in frozen ponds, they survive, don't they?
Yes.
So it may be true. I mean, I've poured scorn on that, but it's yeah. I mean, I don't know if we need to sort of take a vote on this, but what's the representative of Birdseye actually going to bring to the podcast today, Mike, as opposed to battling against the music?
Yeah. The music is
It's
ridiculous.
very distracting.
I'm fine. I'm fine with it. You keep it going, mate. It's right. I'll talk over it. It's absolutely fine.
Well, they don't appear to be answering, unfortunately. Maybe they're all on their lunch break.
Yeah,
eating
wonder what
fish
they're having.
sandwiches.
Yeah, here it goes.
So have they gone now, Michael?
Well, they are asking me if I want to continue to hold.
You can continue, and if they come in, then fine.
Yeah. Or leave a message.
Okay, yeah, we're going with the bed again, are we? Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. If you cut fish into fingers, then they don't come back to life.
Yeah,
that
that's
won't work.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. But
So,
yeah,
go on.
no, I'm just dancing in my
Okay,
head.
cool.
I'm
Yeah.
going to let them go. I'm going to
Yeah.
let them go. I'll drop them an email instead. It's a shame, but
Ask for a
it is what it
callback.
is.
Yeah, ask for a
well,
callback. Just
I'm on an office phone, and
Oh,
my
okay.
general line number will call. Yeah, I'm going to hang up because I don't need them ringing the girl in accounts and saying it's Birdseye. Just returning your call.
I really think you should.
That would be good.
Never mind.
Then we think, oh, Mike's doing well this month.
Yeah.
Look out with Birdseye.
Oh well, never mind. Never mind.
No.
Have we got some listener questions?
Yes, we have. So Captain, but I will just tell you a little bit about Captain Birdseye.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like you to.
So Captain Birdseye is who we think of when we think of.
Okay.
So when
I know.
we
Hold
all...
on. Sorry, was that the music you were hearing, Mike? Because that was very different to the one that was actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. That's better.
I was doing the bass line first time round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
So the Captain Birdseye we all think of, I think we all picture the same guy that was on the box for a very long time. Did you know that Captain Birdseye is the longest advertising character in existence on food? Like he's still going. Captain Birdseye is still a thing, and so that's very exciting. Congratulations, Birdseye.
Yeah. Although
yeah.
he's a bit like Benjamin Button. He seems to be getting younger as he gets older.
Well, this is interesting. So, Captain Birdseye, the one we all knew was John Hewer, who sadly
died in 1998.
Yeah. And
in
then
the
they
arms
went
of
on
his wife, in the arms of his wife Edna.
Oh.
Yeah.
Any relation to Nick Hewer from whatever that was called, The Apprentice, and Latterly Countdown?
Nick Hewer, I met him when I went on Countdown.
Oh, did you?
Oh.
I mean, imagine for just a moment he grew a beard. He might actually look like Captain Birdseye.
Yeah. John Hewer died in 2008.
Oh, yeah.
And he actually he was an established actor who did have a role in the same theatre production as Julie Walters once. He played the opposite character. So yeah. Anyway.
Wow. I mean,
there you go. There's facts for you. But
Birdseye
Julie Walters. When he died, Birdseye panicked, didn't know what to do, in my humble opinion. And they went through.
This is pure speculation on your part. Okay.
Birdseye the company.
Yeah, well, you've got
surely
John
you
there.
have a plan in place. I mean,
got John there.
Just recently, Brighton sold Calçado to Chelsea. They've got a player lined up to come in. Surely, if you're in charge of Birdseye and Captain Birdseye is getting on in years, you've got a backup.
Well, interestingly, Birdseye got rid of John Hewer 10 years before he died. And but he'd been there for 31 years. Then they had a series of people coming in until they got Riccardo Acerbi, who was a young Italian captain, one for the ladies. But then
that's exactly me you're describing there. A young Italian captain, one for the ladies. That's exactly what I'm going to be.
Well, that wasn't my intention.
Okay.
But then Birdseye did a competition in 2020. Everyone was bored and stuck at home, so they had their first ever female Captain Birdseye.
Oh, all right. Go off. It's like Ghostbusters all over again.
Well,
come on.
Well, honestly, so there was a article on the Daily Mail all about this when it happened, and I've done this for you. I have got some of the comments.
Good, because this would be about the same time that Jodie Whittaker took over as Doctor Who.
Okay.
What a time for the misogynists. Goodness me. Go on then, hit us with it.
Someone called Phil in Preston. No more Birdseye in my house. Basman says, I suppose women. Oh, thank you, Michael.
Okay.
Basman says, I suppose women are underrepresented in North Sea trawlers. This should address the issue. Todd says, another tradition destroyed. It's only fair that men are given the opportunity to start advertising body form hygiene products. Very angry. Then someone said, for balance, they should rename the company Bloke's Eye. So quite get his point.
Brilliant.
Someone
fantastic.
Someone in Birmingham says, stop the world, I want to get off. What on earth has this girl ever captained?
Maybe a netball team.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here we go. I've not ever seen many young females like her on the North Sea fishing trips. Okay, great. Just to ask, but when has anybody, in capital letters, seen a woman captain of a fishing vessel? Exactly. Never, capital letters. It's not sexist, it's just facts.
I don't know that I've ever seen a captain of a fishing vessel, full stop, to be honest, in my entire life.
This person, I mean, you haven't been on many boats, to be fair. This person says, why? This is yet another company trying to please the few and not the many. What next? Postwoman Patricia? Firewoman Samantha? What about products with women fronting them? Will they be replaced with men, such as Uncle Bessie's, Bertie Crocker, and Father's Pride bread? Wow.
Oh dear.
What's Bertie Crocker?
Betty Crocker.
Betty Crocker.
Oh, okay, all right, fair enough.
Then someone confusingly asks, did the male Captain Birdseye own slaves? Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know why he's asked that. Someone called Iggle Wiggle. Well, there's a brand that will no longer grace my freezer, which they must be heartbroken for.
Wow.
Someone called
They'll be disappointed when they find out that Iggle Piggle came out as trans. Very disappointed.
Someone called John from the Middle Shires. I always understood a fisherman considered it bad luck if he saw a woman, especially a redhead, on his way to a boat. So I don't know why they'd make one where everyone has to serve under her. Very angry.
Oh, she's
very
a redhead,
angry.
is she?
Yeah, apparently she was.
Let me quick Google.
Yeah, okay. Someone here called Zaffi. Number of women who work on trawlers? ? Exactly. None.
She's 24. Most of the point, she's 24. I've just had a quick look.
When will
timbers, Phil?
When will Wonder Woman become a man? And then someone who calls himself the Hull Hammer said, she's rather scrummy. I'd like to lick her fish fingers.
Wow. Okay.
Don't really.
I think you can edit that one.
This is an unusual for Phil to provide.
Yeah. I don't think that's rude.
Edit point.
I don't understand. Okay, well, I've misunderstood.
Yes. I think if we're talking about licking a fish cakes, maybe that would be.
Oh, bleed.
That would be different.
Okay.
Do birds? No, they don't.
Yeah. Anyway, Daily Mail readers were very unhappy, and I believe it was just a competition thing, and she didn't last long. I think they're back to the Italian guy now.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, there's that. Should we go over some listener questions? I didn't realise what I was saying was rude. I'm just trying to think out.
Well, it's a little bit creepy. I would say it's bordering on creepy rather than rude.
Yeah, creepy.
I think that's where we like to place ourselves, isn't it? Just on the edge between creepy and rude.
Yeah, creepy, rude,
exotic.
Yes, a bit of that.
Yeah. So we've got some questions here. I haven't pressed this button yet.
Harry, what are you doing? Have you run out of fish, Harry?
What's your fish stock situation at the moment, Harry?
Fish stock situation? What?
Fish stock. Have you run out of fish?
Yeah, well, we don't actually have any fish fingers in the house at the moment. I've got to tell you, because it was suggested we might have fish fingers the other day, and I had to tentatively say I perhaps hadn't got any in the last big shop.
Oh,
Um,
dear.
um, but yeah, we well we go we do have birdseye fish fingers, but we go for the not necessarily cod ones because they're more
Is that what they're called?
not yeah that's how they that's how they
Could be.
market them, not necessarily cod. It's like
Fair enough.
Not necessarily fingers.
yeah, well there's that as well. I mean yeah, I mean why were they called fingers? It's a good question.
Well, here we go. So,
Oh, is
Nick,
that one of the one
well,
of the questions? Sorry.
prepare yourself for some questions.
Okay.
Nick, why are they called fish fingers? When one, fish don't have fingers, and two, human fingers aren't rectangular.
Well, I'm sure someone's probably are due to a freak lathe accident.
I mean,
But,
soldiers aren't rectangular, and we dip them in eggs.
Did
Oh,
two
sorry, I thought
wrongs
you-
make a
thought you
right?
Well, no, it's not a mantra I'd like to sign up to, but yeah, it's a dreadful point I've made.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, there's a book, a children's book called Barry and His Fish Fingers.
Oh yes, we've got
Barry
it.
the fish,
Yeah.
Barry the fish with fingers. Yeah.
That's absolutely true. Don't know the synopsis, so you might be able to tell us. But he had fish fingers that look like fish fingers, right?
Yes.
He had, yes. Sorry, I had to unravel what you just said.
Yeah.
There was a big boat marooned. It crashed. You know, the pufferfish nearly died. It's quite the plot.
Is it? That's
Yeah.
Finding Nemo, isn't it?
No. Well, actually, it might be Finding Nemo. Yeah, it might be Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite sure where I am at the moment, but
So why are they called fish fingers, Harry?
oh yeah,
Lewis-
that was it. That was it. Lewis, keep
Lewis
it
should know.
quiet.
He's a vicar.
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, I think
chocolate fingers.
Well, let's
They're
think.
not finger shaped.
If they weren't to be called fish fingers, if we were going to take it on a different one, what would we
Yeah.
call them instead?
Fishy bready sticks.
Fish planks. Fish
What
planks,
did you
please. Fish planks, please.
fish
Fish
planks,
Yeah.
Fish
Fish-
plankton.
fish Jenga.
Oh, good. Strong.
Oh, you'd be in all sorts of legal, issues if you did that. I reckon.
Yeah, and you'd have to play quickly, wouldn't you? Because they'd start to melt.
Yeah.
It would work better. But it would work better with the batter than the breadcrumbs. I'm always frustrated by how easily the breadcrumbs come away on a fish finger.
Yeah, a lot of them are left on the baking tray, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, that's where foil is your friend.
Okay.
I've started using parchment more than foil.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
foil
that's
I'm
great.
finding these days is being produced in a cheaper manner, and too many things are sticking to it, namely sausages.
Well, I mean, this is an avenue I often go down, and an aisle in the supermarket, in fact, that you know that the more expensive foil and is better, right? And it's the same with bin bags, actually.
Oh, it really is with bin
Yeah,
bags.
you know that, and you get, and I can't remember what the brand's called, Baker foil. I think it might be Baker something.
Oh yes, Baker foil. Yes.
Baker foil. That's it. And it's like
You
got
get in touch for sponsorship opportunities, Baker
it's
Foil.
got like hexagons in it to reinforce it, and you know that's the proper job, right? And you know
that is going to be. I'm not even lying. That
Yeah.
is going to be our jingle next week. Sponsored by Baker Foil. It's got hexagons in it, so you know it's the proper job.
Yes. But yeah, that's true. It's absolutely true. It's reinforced, but you end up buying the cheap one because you just do.
But not with
Because
not with fish fingers, Harry. Though you're a brand man. You stick to Birdseye.
Well, yeah. I mean that is true. But you get, because they're not cod, they're cheap, and you get like 30 for the price of 10 cod.
Have you ever ventured into the supermarket own brand aisle?
Well, I mean, I must have done in desperation, but yeah, no, that's that's interesting because I'm an own brand guy, really, including the foil. But no, I think fish fingers. I tend to go for Birdseye.
Mm.
So in France, they're called
Yeah.
poisson pan.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's
Fish
a reference to the breadcrumbs, is
Bread.
it?
Well,
fish,
it's
fish
pan.
bread.
It's pan. It's pane, maybe PANE.
Oh.
Pane, like penne, like Marco Polo's wife.
Absolutely.
Wow, that is a
in-
recall to a podcast many moons ago.
In German, they are Fischstäbchen.
Of course they are.
Italian, they are bastoncini de pesce, and in Spanish, they are palitos de pescado. Palitos
Nice.
sounds like pallets. What's
Yeah.
palitos? What's that all about? That's so maybe they're suggesting they're like wood on pallets.
Yeah, wooden pallets. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yes.
They're called. I mean, palitos is Spanish for sticks.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
There you go, yeah.
That
So-
does make sense.
So other countries are going with fish sticks.
Yeah, I
guess
think
a fish
America.
stick
Well,
is-
that's so American. Yeah, American. They're called fish
Right.
or
Whereas fish
battens
sticks
or
in
something. I did read
fish
that.
sticks in England is a different thing. It's
Well, I
Phil,
think-
would you mind?
yeah.
Would you mind having a quick look to see if chocolate fingers and sponge fingers are also named after sticks in those countries, please?
Oh, I love sponge fingers.
I hate sponge fingers.
Lady fingers, aren't they called? Aren't they called lady fingers?
Oh, I don't know. Are they?
No, they're not.
Are they not? I'm
I don't know.
gonna
I've got
Google.
I've got
I'm
no
gonna
idea.
Google lady fingers.
Oh gosh, dangerous.
I haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, a lady finger. See, Google
Okay,
image.
fine.
It's safe, everyone.
Oh,
Lady
okay.
finger is
Yeah.
or British English sponge fingers. There you go. They're called
Hmm.
lady fingers, and really, they don't look like a lady's fingers unless they're having them strapped up because they've broken them because
Well-
they're very straight.
Okay. No, hold,
Yeah.
please. Why can I hear the Blue Peter music in the background?
Oh gosh, it's because hang on, hold the
It's-
line, caller.
is there an
Talk
ice
amongst
cream
yourself.
van?
Yeah, there's an ice cream van, and it's going to go off
Okay.
a million times on my industrial estate. So you just chat.
Oh, fantastic!
I
Oh, so
thought
he's-
I thought
Has he
Phil
got
would
to
put a
get
new
one?
sound
He's got to
bed in
get one.
underneath.
It wasn't long ago that the exact same thing happened here, and I ran out and just got
Yeah.
myself a Knickerbocker glory.
Oh no, he's just told them to be quiet. Have you just shouted out the window, "Be quiet"? I'm recording a podcast.
No, if only. No, I've shut our single glazed
Oh,
window. That should do
okay,
the
good.
trick.
Oh.
Good.
Yeah, so I think with that in mind about sponge fingers, we should probably cut the guys at Fish Fingers a bit of slack with regard to their naming.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Monty asks, why are fish fingers orange on the outside? When I assume he's questioning that because bread isn't orange generally.
Bread crumbs are orange, though, aren't they, Monty? Like of a Scotch egg.
Yeah, if you deep fry them, I think they do. I think they take on a bit of the oil, and that turns them slightly orangey.
There's a bit
I
of
would
science
say.
involved, Monty.
Yeah, come on,
Bit of
Mont.
science.
My browsing history is going to be very strange with
Oh,
me just
dear.
searching for lady fingers.
Yeah.
Ralph asks, can you really enjoy fish fingers without ketchup?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Now I appreciate you can't see me because my camera's off, but I did do the full dance to that.
Good.
Thank you. I think you need ketchup to take the taste away, don't you? I'm not a huge fan of fish fingers. You know,
It's fairly
I'll be honest.
bland, isn't it?
Yeah,
Fairly
it's very bland. Very bland. I had
Fish-
some
Horrible.
barbecue sauce on some the other day because we'd run out of ketchup.
Oh, how was that?
No, it was a bit fusion, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're not a fan, Phil?
No, I don't. I don't know if you remember at a previous podcast, I did say I don't eat animals that I think are quite pretty, but with fish, I think they're really ugly and don't taste nice. So yeah, my rules don't stack up. But I don't eat fish; it's horrible. It
So
stinks.
you categorizing all fish as one sort of thing that you
It's
don't
just
like.
a fish. Yeah,
So it's like meat, fish. It's all the same.
yeah. Very simple man.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't like the smell of fish.
Gentlemen, I'm at 1% battery. This is sad. I'm gonna have to leave you.
Quickly, come on.
Right, one
Exactly
question, Mike.
that.
Before you go, Mike.
Yeah.
Battered or breadcrumbed?
I'm a batter kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'll partake in a breadcrumb, but I prefer batter. And I will this may be an old wives' tale that's been exaggerated year in, year out, but
I
do
hope
believe
your
that...
internet cuts out now.
No, but I do believe our brother, Phil, Kev, did once eat 20 fish fingers when he went to my grandparents in the Midlands to stay. They said, "How many do you want?" And he said, "I'll have the whole packet." And there were 20.
I think that's pretty easy to do that.
Oh, well,
there's not much to them, is there? I mean,
how many is a serving?
It's got to be.
Well,
it's got to be. That is a question we've had actually.
Really?
People are suggesting 3 is the correct
3?
amount.
well, we always do 3 for the children, 4 for us.
3 for the children.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So next time we catch up, Harry, let's do the 20 fish finger challenge.
I think I could easily do that.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I think Harry could easily do it as well.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I've had dinner with Harry. He could.
You provide the fish fingers. I'll eat them.
All right, boys. Sorry to up and leave. Sorry to up and leave, lads. But I'll enjoy listening back to the last few questions without me.
Okay, love you. Bye.
At least you're getting a farewell this week.
Yeah, that's nice.
Are you going to
not stormed off this time?
Thanks, lads.
Are you going to ring up? In a minute, just carry on down the phone line.
Oh dear. See you later,
Let's
boys.
know if Birdseye get back to you.
I will do. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Joe asks, ketchup or tartar sauce? Tartar sauce. Ugh.
Oh, I like
I
tartar
love
sauce.
sauce.
I'm
Yeah,
just- I'm not
Hasn't it
sure
got gherkins in? Or
yes.
something
Yeah.
green?
Or capers.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would have it with. Yeah, it wouldn't be my go-to with fish fingers. With a piece of fish, possibly.
Yeah.
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 Could-
I mean,
could-
fish-
I've never
fish
had
finger.
tartar sauce because it looks weird. Can someone describe the taste?
It's a bit like fish. Is this your thing? You don't like things that look weird?
Yeah, I don't. It's gherkins, I think.
Yeah,
And
you
it's
can
like
keep it.
it's quite astringent, but it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, we on our honeymoon, we went to the Dominican Republic and we went to a place, I think it was called Ocean World, and we got the chance to. They had like that ice cream van is come back even with the window. The windows are closed and I can hear it.
But it's quite appropriate though that it is the Blue
yeah.
Peter chip.
It's very long for an ice cream van theme. I actually think it's just the food van that's got a new theme because I'm yet to see an ice cream out of this place.
Okay.
Anyway, on our honeymoon, we went to Ocean World, and we got the chance to go. We got the chance to swim with dolphins, which was nice, or at least to stroke dolphins. They used to come up and they'd dance with you, and you could give a dolphin a kiss. It was a bit weird, and the dolphin kept ignoring me, which was annoying. Anyway, we went scuba diving in this Ocean World place, and I hated it. All these ugly fish. They're really ugly fish. I was hoping there'd be like a Nemo and a Dory or something, and it was all just horrible fish. And they all like with their mouths just slowly go
Did you do a TripAdvisor thing afterwards to complain?
I think you should put it in the
I
Daily
went on
Mail.
this
The Daily
scuba
Mail
diving.
comments would be fantastic.
All the fish were ugly. I didn't get a refund. I was most upset.
Oh,
They were ugly, and I managed to swim into very hard, like I thought it was like coral, but it was something very rigid, groin first, and so then I had to come to the surface because I choked.
you were swimming.
How were you
groin
swimming?
First. What stroke are you using?
Maybe not groin first.
It's like,
You don't swim groin first. That's why
like you're on a lilo.
people clear the swimming pool whenever I get in. What I mean is, I managed to swim and like something went into my groin, and it made me like choke. And I had to come up to the surface. It was horrible. Well, probably wasn't groin first. You're right. Anyway, fish. I can't quite remember what I was saying.
Fish.
You don't like eating things that aren't pretty, I think is what.
Correct.
You
That's the internet.
You called a fish ugly and it headbutted you in the groin.
Yes, that's what happened. And I was really scared of them. They were big. They were really big. Like I reckon they were a good meter tall. No, that's over exaggerating. 80 centimeters tall, but only like the width of, I don't know, a box of fish fingers. You know, it was really elongated. Look,
Yeah,
you know, I've got a long face, looks like a horse. It was like that, but in fish. Maybe that's why I didn't like it. It's like
Yeah.
looking in the mirror. Yeah. Anyway, next question.
Yeah.
Best in a sandwich or with chips and peas? Fish fingers, which is what we were talking about.
In a sandwich for me. Love a fish finger
Yeah,
sandwich.
but it gets very soggy though. So do you toast the bread before?
No, I wouldn't.
Well, because I was thinking about this the other day actually, because we had fish finger sandwiches, but the bread was just buttered
Oh, I was
and it
gonna
was
say,
like
do you
sliced.
do you need to butter the bread?
Oh, you
Yeah.
have
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it makes it more soggy. And I was contemplating whether you could lightly toast your bread first, only lightly, or indeed put it on the bagel setting, which only toasts it on one side, doesn't it? Was a revolutionary thing I discovered about my toaster.
Wow, you've got the poshest toaster I've ever
No, I
heard.
haven't really.
A bagel
Really.
setting.
It's got a bagel
Wow.
setting, which basically means yes.
It's got a bagel setting.
Yeah.
It's astonishing. Yeah, I'd never heard. Have you got a bagel setting, Lewis?
I have not got a bagel setting.
So it just basically only puts one side on. So it only toasts it on one side, because I think that's what you do with bagels.
Oh,
I mean, I call it the bagel setting. It's got a picture of a bagel on it. So
I didn't
presume
realise
that's
you
what
only
do.
toast one side of a bagel.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know.
I
Anyway,
suppose I don't have the function, so I never knew. But you're
No.
saying in a sandwich?
yeah. Oh, yeah. So I would prefer it in a sandwich, but I can eat it with chips. I can eat most things with chips, really.
Is there any main meal that doesn't taste better if you put it in some buttered bread? Like I'll quite often have like lasagna and chuck some of the lasagna in a bit of buttered bread and have a lasagna sandwich, you know? I can't think of anything that would taste worse in buttered bread.
Someone else was telling me about that the other day. What was that?
Rice.
Well, is that a main meal? That's
No,
more
it's not.
side, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm talking about the focal point of your meal.
I mean, we're back to structure again, really, because you know, if it's going to fall apart in the sandwich, if it's going to cause you to press it down hard, it kind of made it into something else then.
Yeah, true. I have to clamp on the edges
Yeah.
of the lasagna
Yeah,
sandwich because obviously
yeah, that's it.
you get a good old squirt, and you don't want that. Okay, fish fingers and potato waffles. Is that a square meal? Says Simon.
Well, square and rectangular.
I mean, I think Simon's trying to be humorous, isn't he?
Vicky asks, "Is Captain Birdseye actually real?" I feel like we've been over Captain Birdseye. His name was Clarence Birdseye, but he was real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, was he?
Clarence Birdseye. That was his name.
Was actually a captain?
No. But Clarence Birdseye is real.
Yeah.
The actual
Captain Birdseye is a fictitious captain.
Yeah. Sorry,
a bit like Mike.
A bit like Mike.
Yeah.
Very similar. He just got a hat.
Yes. Yeah.
Then Christian says 4 fish fingers, 1 waffle, 2 slices of bread, pretty much sarnie heaven. But what's the best sauce to go in there, or do you go dry? He likes reggae sauce.
Oh.
Spicy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No,
I think spicy with my fish fingers.
I think I mean, I reckon. Well, tartar sauce, which you don't like, ketchup or mayonnaise, I reckon would.
Okay, ketchup.
would
Yeah,
suffice.
ketchup and mayo.
But ketchup would be my preferred.
Yeah, ketchup and mayo.
Okay, this fast forwards us to another question from Charlotte, who says, "Fish fingers, mayo, and cheese sandwiches." Does that work for you?
No, I don't. I'm not keen on fish and cheese.
I would. A bit of it's a fillet, isn't it? Fillet of fish. Just get cheese and fish.
Is it?
Fillet.
Yeah, I think so. Did you get cheese on it? I'm pretty sure you do.
I've never eaten it. I mean, as soon as I said it, I thought, well, someone's about to point out something that I eat on a weekly basis that is. But I don't think, as a general rule, that I like cheese and fish. But yeah, that's just me.
I can't imagine that cheese would make it worse. It's just mayonnaise with fish fingers seems.
Oh no, that's nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Again, mayonnaise is quite nice with lots of things.
Correct. Yeah, very good.
Breaking news.
Breaking news: mayonnaise is nice.
Hmm.
Gemma says, "Why has Captain Birdseye got younger? Is it something to do with the omega-3 fatty acids in his fingers?"
Yeah.
Well, we've discussed this because everyone's gone woke.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what's happened, Gemma. Christian suggested Botox or slightly darker adrenochrome, which I don't know what that is.
No
But
idea.
No,
let me
I don't
Google
know.
adrenochrome.
Yeah.
I hope that's not going
Well,
to.
why you
land me
do
in
that,
trouble.
Phil? I wonder what people's Harry, what are your feelings on fish fingers? But about the posh fish finger sandwich that you get in quite nice pubs and things now. You a fan? Because it was like a bit of a hardy kind of, what have I got left in the house to give the kids at lunchtime? I've got fish fingers, I've got a bit of bread. But now there's kind of become like fish fingers on sourdough.
I know.
and stuff
Oh
like
well, yeah, which would probably be slightly firmer. I like to have things in restaurants that I don't normally have at home as a general rule,
that. Yeah,
because I
good
think
point.
what's the point? Otherwise, I could just do it at home. But it's going to be on a bit of slate or bit of in a fisherman's net, isn't it, or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
In a trendy gastro
with
pub
a swirl of tartar sauce.
with a swirl of tartar sauce. I'm not sure our local hostelry would be serving that sort of thing, but I might be wrong.
Do you
I'll have to
know that
pop down and have a look?
Yeah.
So, what was it you googling, Phil? Adrenochrome.
it's
Adrenochrome?
effectively a large quantity of adrenaline? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Did you know that
Right.
in 1971, Birdseye killed off Captain Birdseye, and
It's got dark.
they put
What,
an
like a-
obituary in the Sunday Times
Oh,
or the
Oh,
Times
goodness.
as it was.
yeah.
They put a fictitious obituary in there because he was killed off by Birdseye, and they said Captain Birdseye on June the 7th, 1971, after long exposure, life just slipped through his fingers. Celebrity and gourmet mourned by Sea Cook Jim and the Commodore in recognition of his selfless devotion to the nutritional needs of the nation's children. That backfired, and 3 years later they brought him back.
Okay.
Because
I was lucky there wasn't a comment section in 1971.
Oh.
On some online forum, it would have been horrendous.
all would have kicked off. Did you know in Europe that Captain Birdseye is called Captain Igloo? Captain Igloo, which you would have thought was must be generic European for igloo, surely.
I should imagine so. Something to do with frozen state of
Yeah,
affairs.
yeah.
So, but they didn't actually have an advert in which he died, did they? They just put an advert in the paper, like a television advertisement where he was like harpooned or something.
That'd be amazing.
That would be dreadful.
No, they didn't actually kill him off on an advert, but they did
No.
get rid of him, and he stopped appearing in adverts for 3 years.
Okay.
With
And then-
fish cheering alongside. Go, hooray! The murderer's gone.
Exactly. like Harold Bishop coming back in Neighbours, he was resurrected. Did you
Yeah.
know
And he fell into the sea, didn't he?
he did? He did. Guys, you ready for the world's shortest quiz? Because we're running over
Oh,
on
crikey.
time.
Yeah, we haven't done the quiz.
Yeah.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go. It's a quiz, it's a quiz, it's a quiz, it's a quiz. Okay, so I need you to tell me what Captain Birdseye is called in various countries, and you get one guess each. Now, I have just given you a big clue.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lewis, you can go first. In Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, what is Captain Birdseye known as?
Brilliant.
Captain Igloo? Igloo?
It's Captain Igloo.
Captain.
So I'm afraid you're wrong.
Ah,
Yeah.
It's cabin. Right.
Captain.
Okay.
Captain. You know when people say Captain.
Captain.
I don't know.
Captain
they're not-
Igloo? He's not from East Anglia.
Yeah, it's very
Really?
confusing. They've gone for an East Anglian pronunciation
Yeah,
in
okay.
Germany.
Right.
In the Netherlands, Harry, what is Captain Birdseye called?
He is called What is he called? Is the Captain Igloo?
I'm afraid you're wrong. It's Capitaine
Yeah,
Igloo.
of course it is.
Capitaine.
Sorry.
Lewis, in France and Belgium.
Captain Igloo.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I nearly tried to say something smart there, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, no. So you're 1-0 up. Harry, in Spain.
Well, El Capitan Igloo, surely.
I'll give it to you. It's Capitan
Good.
Igloo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lewis, in Portugal.
Captain Igloo.
No.
Very quickly.
Chance to steal here, Harry, if you want.
Captain Igloo. Yep. If I want, no, probably not. But yeah,
It was Capital Igloo, and in Italy, I don't know what the scores are. This is the end of the quiz. What is the Captain Birdseye known as in Italy?
Captain Igloo.
No, he's called very confusingly.
Oh no, Boris or something.
Capitan Findus.
As in the crispy pancakes.
Okay.
As in the crispy pancakes.
Oh. Is it the same company?
Well, I assume there's some sort of deal that's happened in Italy. I'll check with my ancestors and see if they knew. That was a very quick quiz. It's a quiz, it's a quiz, it's a quiz, it's a quiz.
I listened to your football podcast yesterday, might have been yesterday.
Fantasy Threesome FPL podcast.
Yeah, that's it.
If you're interested in fancy football.
Incredibly entertaining it was. I noted that the quiz theme tune, which I mean, let's say they're related in some way, but it's a lot longer and more involved on that podcast than ours.
Lyrically, it varies slightly, yes, and took longer to write. But yeah, this one was fairly simple regards lyrics.
Yeah. My favorite lyric being the loser gets their captain picked by listener with great instinct or something along those lines.
That is poetry. That almost rhymes.
Almost. Anyway, do check that out if you like FPL, or if you like not being good at FPL, which is what I do.
That is what it's better for.
Yes.
Oh, well, thanks for the plug, Harry.
No problem at all.
We're hoping, so we've got the emails open now, chipadvisorpod@gmail.com. We're looking for listeners' fun food stories that we can read out on the podcast. Mainly because when we've done this before on our fantasy football podcast, Mike's got some great accents that he works with when it comes to reading emails. If you've had any weird incidents with food, do send them into chipadvisorpod@gmail.com or slide into our DMs on the Twitter. I think it's just chipadvisorpod on there. But gents, seems like a good place to end. I feel like Mike isn't here, so should be saying that himself, really.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else to add about Fish Fingers or the captain himself?
The only thing I've been thinking of your favourite food and drink based captains. I've got as far as Captain Birdseye and Captain Morgan, and now I can't think of any others.
Oh, I had some.
Are there any others that I've kind of missed that I'm gonna?
Did you know that Captain Birdseye, in I think it was the late 90s, early noughties, got voted as the second most recognisable captain after Captain Cook?
Yeah.
That was in a poll in the UK. Captain, I can't think of anyone apart from Captain Morgan.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can't.
That's me signing out then.
It's bound to be something, but
yeah, we're gonna miss the sitter. I had some Captain Morgan last night, and my ratios were off because occasional host Anthony got me a glass for my birthday that said 50% rum, 50% Coke. Don't do that.
No.
I then couldn't sleep until gone 2:15 in the morning. It was a rough night. Rough night. Yeah, don't drink. It's not cool and it's not clever. Okay. Gents, have a lovely, lovely week. It's been nice to be able to use a sound clip.
Fish, fish, fish.
I do feel like we didn't use it enough.
No. I think there used to be a cigarette brand called Captain's, but I might have got that wrong. Or tobacco. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with food, so nothing to do with us. And smoking's bad. So
there we go. Smoking and drinking's bad. What a morally upright podcast we are. Right, have a good week.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.